फिर से मिलन मना रही है। उन बच्चों के लिए विशेष बाप दादा शनि का वरदान देते इस सदा अपने मस्तक पर बाप का हाथ अनुभव करते चलो। जिसके सर पर बाप का हाथ है वो सदा इस वरदान के अनुभव से सब बातों में सदा सेफ है। ये वरदान का हाथ हर बात में आपके सेफ्टी का साधन। सबसे बड़ी से बड़ी सिक्योरिटी यही। चारों ओर के अनेक कल्प प्यारा और प्यारा मिलन मनाने वाले सदा प्राप्त हुए वर्षे के खजानों को हर समय प्रमाण कार्य में लगाने वाले सदा दिल से अति स्नेही और पाप समान बन स्वयं द्वारा पाप का अनुभव कराने वाले सदा स्मृति स्वरूप सो भक्तों द्वारा सिमरन स्वरूप बनने वाले सदा अपने प्राप्त भाग्य को बांटने वाले अर्थात बढ़ाने वाले ऐसे मास्टर दाता सदा समृद्ध बच्चों को बाप दादा का याद प्यार और समझाना सभी ने समझा।
Om Shanti. Awake the signals. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility. Let your words have love, sweetness, and greatness. Let there be truth and also humility in you. Be fearless and speak with authority, but always stay within the codes of conduct. Let there be balance of both these. Where there is balance, wonders are seen, and then the words spoken do not feel bitter, but sweet. So, show the wonder of the balance of having both authority and humility. This is the means of revealing the Father Om Shanti. Welcome to Avikti Parivar. Today's day 9. Manmanabhav. Freedom from bondage of the mind. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. Okay, happy, light. Yes, very good. Yeah, I'm seeing beautiful expressions. It seems like Baba has kept every member of our Vyakti Parivar very well, right? You have determination that I want to be in a Vyakti Parivar every evening, right? So that thought is being fulfilled, right? More we think about mind, right? And especially just to think when there could be the gift, that right thought comes at the right time. One feels very happy later on. I know that many times I just have thought to call, make a call, could be international or generally there are so many calls. Generally I don't call, but if I get a thought, I dial. And from other side, they will say, well, this is the time we really needed that call. We wanted to hear your voice. It's like, but if you keep thinking because of attachment, you won't know what is the right time to call. Because you are in attachment, you keep thinking anyway. But when you are detached, then you will get the right time, right thought, right call. So that means, of course, two things. One is what we do, what practices we do during the day, how many times, how consistent. Because I have to prepare, right, my mind. And mind, the energy of mind is very important, right, on our journey. This is the thought which creates the link with Baba or anywhere at the right time. So when we start recognizing the energy of mind, and then we start taking care of it, right? So our wandering of mind has stopped definitely, right? But there are pulls of the mind. I always think we are at conference stage and Baba gives us so much, so many treasures, bestower, fortune. So I make myself free and I said, let me feel that joy, otherwise you are busy, right? Don't give yourself even to have that deep experience of super sensitive joy or Baba's love. So for a few days, I had been just making my mind intellect free. I said, oh, I just want to be with Baba. And I love that thought because I'm only with Baba at conflict. When else, right? I have love for Baba. I know I'm Baba's instrument, but I don't give time to myself to enjoy that because we constantly keep mind intellect busy. Always I have to do this, I have to do this. It will always be right. Is there anyone who is not have enough to do, right? But also, when will I have that joy? When will I experience that real belonging and lightness? So this is like man ras, like your mind is pulled. You do it in the morning before sleeping, but even during day, there is often this pull now. To feel that pull, you have to keep your mind detached and lovely. You have to keep it free. Free in the sense of
通常心思
it shouldn't be working now
你必
from the
须让
bondages. If you subtly observe, I was really had been observing that how mind can be working based on the bondage. Let's say somebody is thinking negative about you. Do you feel the pull? Or you don't? Someone said, I don't feel good vibrations from that soul. I said, we can change it. And this is the time to work with good wishes and change. Settle it, finish it. But don't say, oh, why it's happening, why she has to be like that, and put effort into that. No, I have to have just loveful vibrations for her. I have to have good wishes, finish it. Or if there is any attachment where mind is full. I don't have much experience of that, but that we should notice from where these thoughts are coming, what I am responding to, or what I am creating. So when Baba says, okay, be detached and lovely, now detached and lovely means now your mind will respond when in a detached stage or lovely stage. So all these Manmanabhav and different stages help us to look at our mind, look at how it is functioning. Baba always wants us that your mind you should be touched at the right time to do right thing. It's just like, one sister was sharing this morning in annual meeting in India. She is helping with Hess Hospital in Bombay. She's the coordinator, and she said, I had decided that I will take every call, whether it's COVID, whether it's any call I have, I will take it. Generally, people will call hospital, but if they're calling her, it must be important. Because she had kept that thought, she said, even the call is at midnight, early morning. I said, no, I am going to help. I am going to respond personally, because many times I remember that I used to have my phone on whole night thinking somebody will only call you when it's emergency or urgent. But then after some time, there were not good calls. So, but this sister will take every call. And then she was mentioning how few emergencies they were able to help, whether it is COVID or whether it was accident and this help saved so many lives. And they were able to give 45,000 vaccinations just in charity from the hospital. So I was thinking, because she had this thought that I must respond. And then she said, Dadi Prakash Mani always used to say, give person a good place to stay and good food to eat. So she said, doctors, they came in at 7 and whole day they were working. But when they go home, their parents or family was getting COVID. So she decided to give them one floor to stay. And 7 in the morning, very hot, good breakfast she will give. And they will work day and night. She didn't had one time in hospital enough oxygen, cylinders. And she said she just called a company and said, we are in a situation. And this person said, okay, I will send you the truckload of cylinders. Same as anything she said she called for. And immediately the response came. So I'm just giving example that if you keep a thought, not only you are serving, but also the cooperation which you get. She said it's just the flow of supplies and everything start happening with that thought. So same is in our lives. If I say, I always have to say yes to this, I always have to do it, then the bondage of mind. And she was so proud to tell, and we were also so happy with her generosity. And she didn't say it's nighttime or daytime or from where money will come. She just had a pure thought and everything start happening. So having any elevated thought, not always conditioned, I can't do that because of this, because it becomes such a habit, and mind also knows. So how to see that the mind is getting thought from Baba, it's getting thought according to time or the needs of the soul. Or suddenly you feel like just being remembrance of Baba. Maybe someone needs Sakash. Like even nighttime, whenever I wake up, I just sit in Baba's remembrance. I said, I don't know who needs help. And if we have to serve through the mind, not whenever we want, we sit, I have to serve through the mind. But there might be during day, during night, some need help. Right? So if I am at service, so how the freedom of the mind can help us to be a good server and a good bestower. And it feels sacrifice, but actually it feels good of that commitment. So when it is said, keep mind free from the bondage, it has a lot to do with our capacities. They can only grow if I am not just under control of weak thoughts, right? Can't happen. It's impossible. I remember one time that he called me and wanted me to go to Malaysia. So I called embassy. They said takes 2 days because it's a Muslim country and I think they check before they give you visa. Daddy said, no, you can get 24 hours. You go and tell them. The way that he used to speak, you can do it. You just go and tell. But that's all she did. So I always remember her words that there is power in your determined thought, which can make impossible into possible. But if we keep our thoughts only based on how much we can do, have elevated thoughts, generous thought, right? Unlimited thoughts, and see how they get fulfilled also, right? So very interesting to work on your own mind and see where it's going, which direction, which call mind is taking, how it is serving, so that true happiness of serving as a bestower is experienced. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So today is a Saturday, so we'll be having our chit chat in a Vikti journey. But before that, we will hear the experience from our angels, and then we'll do our homework, and then we'll do our Vikti journey. So let's invite our angels, Avikti Kumari. So today we'll have Akshata Ben, and she'll be sharing her experience. And also, I would like to invite Sister Khushbu. So, welcome, angels.
Om Shanti Avyakti Parivar. Om Shanti Mohini Didi. Welcome, Sister Akshata. So, how was your day? Sister will be sharing her experience on her practice in Manmanabhav for the please your mind.
Thank you so much, Sister Khushbu. And Om Shanti Divine Family. I would like to thank you to give me this opportunity to share my experience on Manmanabhav. So before starting off with my experience, when I heard this point yesterday, I started to think like why Baba wants us to be in the state of Manmanabhav. It was simple that he wants us to be in that state so that whenever the world needs us, we can serve through our mind. Whenever there is turmoil around us, our mind can be engrossed in Baba and we can provide sakash to whoever souls who are around us. So I was fortunate enough to receive this point wherein it says that wherever your mind flows, you will become an embodiment of that. So when I heard this point, I was so happy. And I thought, okay, there can be so many ways. There can be Murli, you can become embodiment of knowledge. But my mind was pulled towards Baba, and I said to myself that I will experience Baba's power, Baba's love, and Baba's happiness, and I will become embodiment of that. So I started my journey. So since it was like Friday night and it was like busy week at work, I would be usually tired. But when I started this practice, I became so comforting in Baba's remembrance, in Baba's power, that I became so silent and peaceful inside, and like all tiredness had like gone away. And as soon as I like reached home, there was some situation waiting for me. But since I had already started this practice, to my surprise, I passed the situation with so much lightness and peace. And today morning also, I paid special attention to my thoughts. I kept my intellect to see where my mind goes. Is there anything other than Baba's powers or Baba's remembrance that my mind is taking that joy and that happiness from? I kept that special attention that I have to be in Baba's remembrance, and my mind becomes powerful. And I can say that still I can experience that peace and power from Baba.
Wow, that's amazing experience. Do you want to share any yukti that everyone can practice to have this kind of experience?
Sure. I think seeing the situation all around us, I think it's high time that we all should be in the state of Manmanabhav. And since Avyakti Parivar is giving us so many points to start with, we all can take any one point from whatever they are sharing and keep practicing upon it until we reach in the state of Manmanabhav. So that's my takeaway.
Okay. Would you like to read tomorrow's homework, sister?
Sure. Manmanabhav, freedom from bondage of the mind. A caged bird has now become a bondage-free flying bird. Even if there is any bondage of the body, the mind is a flying bird because by your being Manmanabhav, any bondages of the mind are broken. There is no bondage even in looking after matter. If you are a trustee, you are free from bondage and you can reach your sweet home with your flying stage in a second.
Manmanabhav, free from bondage of the mind. A caged bird has now become a bondage-free flying bird. Even if there is any bondage of the body, the mind is a flying bird because by your being Manmanabhav, any bondages of the mind are broken. There is no bondage, even looking after the matter. If you are a trustee, you are free from bondage, and you can reach your sweet home with your flying stage in a second.
मन मना भव, मन के बंधनों से मुक्त, पिंजड़े की मैना अब निर्बंधन उड़ता पंछी बन गई। अगर कोई तन का बंधन भी है तो भी मन उड़ता पंछी है। क्योंकि मन मना भव होने से मन के बंधन छूट जाते हैं। प्रवृत्ति को संभालने का भी बंधन नहीं। दृष्टि है तो निर्बंधन है और उड़ती कला से सेकंड में स्वीट होम पहुंच सकते हैं। ओम शांति। Om Shanti. So tomorrow is Sunday and our program Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Meditation will start at 6 a.m. followed by Hindi Sakar Murli, followed by meditation Bhog offering, English Avyakta Murli until 9:30. And then we have evening 6 o'clock meditation Spotlight Drishti sharing, meditation English series, Hindi series, Vyakti journey, homework, and 3 times during the day, Yoga Bhatti, 10 minutes. So now let's start our Vyakti journey. Welcome to Vyakti journey, a Vyakti Parivar Chit Chat. Godly interviews that overflow with insights and inspirations. So we are very happy to invite our dear angel sister, Sister Body with us. So welcome.
Thank you, Bhumi Ben. Hello, dear Mohini Ben. Meanwhile, hello, Divine Family from all over the world. Very interesting topic, this of the mind and the influences on the mind, and the pull on the mind. Hello, Mohini Ben. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, sister.
This is a very interesting topic and just some of the things that you've been sharing during the week. And just now I was contrasting, someone told me a story about how they'd been very, very unwell. Yes, COVID, it was while they were in Madhavan. And the odd thing was that because of being ill, they could only remember Baba. There was nothing else. They could only remember Baba. And something you had said during the week, I think, that if there's fulfillment, it creates distaste, or if there's satisfaction, it creates disinterest. So now the type of Manmanabhav maybe that soul was experiencing was a little bit temporary and came as a result of being unwell. And so what you're talking about is a different kind of Manmanabhav.
I think that Manmanabhav, the attainments of Manmanabhav would have been experienced by that soul in whatever circumstances that soul was doing. So at the right time, according to drama, the situation comes, gives an opportunity to create some attainments from Manmanabhav. So I won't say just temporary, but same is like income, suddenly you get a job or good opportunity and you make a lot of money, even if it's temporary, but it's in your credit, no, that's your income. So I think in our lives it will happen that drama will bring such situations where I will be just thinking of Baba, being with Baba. And those becomes like experiences or power, which we can always use, no? And it will remind us that I could do it and I can be in Manabhav. So I see that it's a good stage and it's a good way to just be pulled by Baba and be with Baba. Because in life, it's certain moments come when you are really alone and there's no other thing. So you just keep Baba with you. So I think it is also a kind of blessing that these circumstances are created.
Yes.
Or they happen so that I can be in Manmanabhav stage. So I find it's useful,
I'm sure that you've spoken to this before, but when you were talking now, once again about the mind, it would seem that the mind can be very weak, right? It can be create such an influence. Why does Baba say Manmanabhav rather than what would it be? Man, Bodhi above. Why not be man with your intellect? In other words, is it the mind that is the most powerful thing at this time, or that is the biggest influencer? Is that my personality? Is my mind connected with my personality? And how do you make that distinction, between the intellect, which always seems like a superior or should be a superior thing? But if I separate these three things, the mind, the intellect, and the sanskars, which is the biggest influencer?
I would say that mind is biggest because the liking, the feelings and desires, a lot of things are connected with mind more than intellect, So intellect could have reasoning, intellect can convince you, but if your mind is not there, you will not be able to do it. So I think our feelings, our liking, our desires are part of the personality.
Yeah.
So because of that, definitely mind has more influence on our thinking, on our doing, and making us even decide certain things. It's really because, 2 days ago we took the topic of liking of mind.
Yeah.
Let's say if you don't like something, even if your intellect is saying it's okay, you can do it, but mind won't agree to it. And when mind doesn't agree, even if you do it, it won't be done in a full-hearted, that kind of energy. So that is why Manmanabhav, but also wandering of the mind, fickleness of the mind, weakness
Yeah.
of the mind, and really so interesting when you start observing your mind, your thoughts. You find so many different things. I like today I was thinking about these influences, how we create everything around us because of our thinking. And then we say, oh, I don't know why this is happening. But actually, we don't realize it's our own subtle thinking was creating that kind of scenes and drama. So I think that if we keep our mind free now from influence or bondage and have very elevated thoughts of a bestower, generosity, we can do a lot more, right? But we are able to do limited is because of limit in our thinking. We want to be comfortable, we want to, this is enough for me, I can't manage more. All this is thoughts, right? But as this young Kanya was saying, she was very tired. She was in Manmanabhav. Her tired disappeared. So why don't we use Baba's remembrance to overcome all these limitations? I might not call it weaknesses, but limitations. So I feel we shouldn't be scared in the sense of some kind of physical comforts, but go elevated and let Baba make it happen. That power of mind make it happen. And that expansion of mind, that unlimited state of mind is really needed at this time, just even to serve the humanity, unless we think big, We only think what we can do. Sometimes you think what you cannot do, will Baba make it happen too, but you will be instrument and you will get some help in your stage. So I think this habit of thinking big, thinking for the whole world, thinking with generosity, I think it's very, very good. And like, there are some people, they only think of myself or my little family. But if you start thinking about everyone in the world, because they are also our family, I think that it get accomplished and you get cooperation and everything happens. And I remember when some souls say, you always think about everyone. So I said, but that's what I like to think. Everyone should be good. Everyone should be happy. Everyone should have everything. And that gives me, I feel very good about it. But I got it, everyone. Even I know some people say, oh, you should only think about whatever. I say, no, I have to think. I think we have to have this. I was telling today someone, open hearts and open doors. Your heart should be open. Your doors should be open in the sense, like someone was saying, so many souls doesn't come to the center. I said, maybe you haven't opened your heart yet. You haven't opened, then you're not opening the doors also. So, but if you have generous heart, if you think about well-being, the invocation which will happen, the souls will come, cooperation will come, resources will come.
Mm.
So allow mind to be unlimited, right?
Yeah, that's good. But I was thinking of, say, when someone maybe is just focused on whatever is their own little responsibility, and they know that they're doing that well, and to try and tell them you need to think more, you need to extend yourself or whatever, might only cause them distress, no? Is it, the beauty of the whole Brahman thing is that yes, you can inspire people to be more like you are, or the daddies were, but it's like everybody's, whatever anyone is doing, however much, they have a place, that they can feel comfortable, because it's still, even though it's something small in the Brahmin family, it might be something great compared with what they were doing before, in their Lokik life, which wouldn't have been. And so how to, on the one hand, inspire, and yet let people feel good about whatever it is they are doing.
I think for me, everyone has one's own part to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't have, for a while you could think why this one doesn't do more and doesn't increase the heart and serve more souls. And that means person even next to you, if you do not want to think and help or share, but then it's the part, no, everyone has different part to play. So I won't, I have learned not to have any wasteful thoughts for such souls.
Great. I think that's the important thing, that because somebody's doing or not doing something, I can't justify my dislike or criticism or whatever else. Yeah, because they will feel that. And so whatever little they are doing, they might even stop that much.
Yeah, at least they are doing whatever they could do.
Yeah. I was thinking again about when you first became a BK, or were first introduced to this. Was your first relationship with Baba as the father or as the teacher?
Mm-hmm. Actually, before coming to Gyan, there were two things. One is I always thought I need a good guide in my life.
Okay.
Because I always thought that if there is a good guide, then my power to discern, decide and do will be right. Because that was always my thought. But then also parents, as parents, always so much love for Baba, not only Baba, as mother and father. Because, this real inheritance and connection with parents is so real, in the sense of you inherit everything. You inherit characteristics, you inherit nature, you inherit. So whenever like I will pray God as mother and father, that I am like my parents, I always like felt that is why when Baba says become like me, I don't see that it's a big thing, because I feel that I am that partially, but I have to just become 100% and claim everything. So this inheritance, inherent qualities, energy, everything is from God in me. and that's why I always feel, always had hope and closeness to God, because, people in Patha Bhakti believed in omnipresence, and some said, I am part of God, or God is in me. Not in that way, but I definitely felt that as a soul, I inherit everything. I inherit everything. So when Baba says about inheritance, I really love it. And I say, yes, Baba, we're going to claim it 100%.
That's very nice. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead, finish.
No, but also I had very, very good relationship with teachers, whether in school or university, very good. It's like they will expect from me, and I was a good student, so I was always monitor, and when they are not there, I will manage on their behalf. So I also had for God lot of love as a teacher, because who will every day will tell you same things to do? Like Baba, even if I have to say third time, I will say, how many times you expect me to say same thing, right? We get so upset. But look at Baba. For so many years, keep explaining, keep explaining. Even we say you are saying same things, but he will still say it. So the teacher, and also I really, really have lot of respect for Guru. And I like Sadguru. I always say Sadguru Baba. So all three relationships, father, teacher, Sadguru, and now because they all are one, it's very easy to connect with teacher, what Baba said today, what my father said today, what Sadhguru's directions are today. I feel so good about at Confluence Sage and God in my life as father, teacher, Sadhguru. But I don't mind relationship with Dharamraj also.
Mhm.
Because I tell every day, every little mistake I make, I immediately feel maybe I should have been better, or I could have been sweeter or gentler. I immediately go to Baba. So I say, okay, I won't need to go in front of Supreme Judge, because every night I clear my charge, because I realize immediately where I am little bit like it didn't make anyone comfortable or give happiness or something, like very subtly. So I do love all relationship, but these are four very important ones.
That is very interesting, because what I really wanted to get at was, by asking you what was your first relationships, but again, separating the three, what is the love for the Father? And I don't mean a list of reasons for loving the Father, or a list of reasons for loving the teacher, but what is the experience of it? And so we know we have loving parents, we know we have a brilliant teacher. And what you said was very interesting, is in relation to the inheritance, your awareness that all of these things are inherent. So it's not something you're going to get out there, but that they're inherent within you. And so in a manner of speaking, could you say that in answer to the question of what is the feeling of love, you're also loving yourself in that. It's you're loving yourself within that. Then you mentioned the Satguru, and you didn't say love, you said respect for the Satguru. And of course, Dharamraj, that's a very interesting one too. But in what way do you experience love for the Father and love for the teacher? As I say, not a list of why. We all know the whys, although you will give some ones I haven't thought about. But in terms of which generates the more feeling within you?
I see love in all relationship, but let's say teacher wants to create the worthiness of the child, want to see the student is clever and pass with honor. So the energy, the love is changing into more looking at the worthiness of the child. Or Sadguru is, sharing the love in a way that by following directions, the child remains blessed and child remains, constantly happy, especially blessings of Sadguru, because they really come from the heart. Blessings you cannot give through your head, even we say through words, but blessings comes from heart. So to win the heart of Sadguru Baba, so that he can keep me in his heart, he can keep me alone, very close to him. So it's not really question of our love, but the way they express their love as parents and sustenance, as teacher in teaching, and Sadguru as, under the canopy of blessings. So I think that they share their love in a different way. But love is love, right?
Love is love.
Love is
Yes.
love. Whether it is as a child or as a
Yes.
student, love is love.
But
And
yeah, can
I,
we go
yeah,
ahead? Go ahead.
no, as you said that when you understand God's love, you really love yourself too.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because I was thinking as you mentioned, the parent and the teacher, then it's almost like there has to be some kind of sameness in your quality as a caring figure and as a teacher, that has to be commensurate with how much love you have for the teacher and for the parent. And I was thinking that maybe we're not so focused on the Satguru, but I liked both the idea of what you said, what you were looking for to begin with was a guide. And so I suppose I think of the Guru as the guide. And then what you get are blessings. It's almost like it's not a third person, it's still from Baba, but it's a blessing that's received. But there's also the feeling that there has to be, we're a little more reluctant maybe to have the relationship with the Satguru or with Dharamraj, because they're a little, they can be a little bit more, maybe more stern. So how do we cultivate that maybe in relation to, can it help me in relation to the mind?
Actually, when we went to Madhuban this time, so I landed and it took me a day or two with jet lag. And then all called Jayantiben and I said, from where should we begin? So, because so vast and everything is going on, and where do we enter with our duties or our new assignment? And I said, okay, let's go to every Dadi's room. Let's go to Baba's room. Then we went to Dadiji's cottage, Dadi Gulzar and Dadi Janki. I said, let's go and take blessings from them. And at that time, it was the feeling of that, like they are our gurus, no, in the sense of that they will bless us. And Jayantiben liked ideas, so both of us went from one cottage to another. That you guide us now. That how do I start my role? And I don't want to do it like I am the boss. I don't want to do it like I'm not happy but how do I contribute what you have given me assignment you must have given because of something I have to contribute to Yagya. So it's like internally you take that guidance and direction and the respect, that's where I said the Guru, the blessings and the respect and very subtly they give you kind of feelings that do this now or do this. And so that's what I really meant by blessings of the Guru.
That's nice.
And in every relationship, a time comes where you start looking at people as your guru, in the sense of because you are learning from them, and like I start appreciating Sister Jayanti's qualities and she started appreciating, because we both were doing everything together, that I will say we will have this meeting. So she will prepare everything and say, we will talk about this, this, this. So it was easy for me to continue from there. And the same is like I will do certain things and say, so she will pick up from there. So I think that going to our ancestor souls also give us this feeling of not only dadis, but they are like our gurus too, because from Baba, they also becomes our mothers and teacher, Dadi Janki, then Sadguru, because really I feel that it was their blessings or their wish that today we are able to contribute to Yagya. And this call from Yagya is really, I feel it's their blessings or their thought for us. And so we said, oh, we will commit ourselves and we will do what you want. So these relationships are really from your heart, you accept them. But if you tell someone that he is Guru, they will say what you're saying. But I do feel sometimes that she is also Guru, because she will guide us, no? She will give blessings so that everything can work properly, right?
That's lovely. That's very nice, Sister Mohini. I really like that. Yeah. So
Okay, nice chit chat.
nice chit chat. To be continued.
Sure,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, you too. Om Shanti. Good
Om
night.
Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful chit chat, and we really look forward. Special thank you to Sister Wadi and also to Didi. So now we'll remember Baba.
Om Shanti. Good night. Om Shanti.